So to help demonstrate a little more clearly for you, we've changed the angle of the camera so you can actually see more detail of what's happening between my fingers. So this is the basic CoAT, very gently lifting the tissues, doing a turn, and then waiting as it starts to soften, and you'll come up, you'll feel the tissues starting to open. And as I get more and more to the tension at the surface layer, it starts to draw me in. And that's the chainmail. That's what feels like iron. And there's a sense of links to it, so that it feels like if you can just break into one tiny link, then the whole thing starts to dismantle. And that's what's happening here. And you'll start to see the tissue is moving. I'm not doing that moving, I'm staying with that movement. And in the beginning, it's a little hard to feel that movement, so don't worry if you can't get it right away. But as you work with this, you'll become more and more sensitized to the unwinding that takes place. And this, you can see my fingers are starting to drift apart as this condensed area starts to expand. Look at that. So the end result from this is that we've just opened up a locked area of the body, and there's a reverberation that comes from that, like a relaxation and a response in multiple areas throughout the body for this release. There we go. So that's much softer in there. You can see how I'm not using a lot of pressure, and that's the key to applied tensegrity and to CoAT, is that I'm not pressing hard. I'm not going in and trying to get the tissues to move. It's very gentle, and then the body opens for you. The other thing that's important to do, which I'm not doing correctly at the moment, but you want to try and keep as streamlined as you can through your thumbs and your wrists, so that you're keeping a straight line of force. See, I've got the torque in there. The torque is what opens up the capillaries. The capillaries are not rounded. The capillaries are flat and squared. And when you open up the surface tissue to be flat and squared, that allows all these fluids to start to move, especially the venous flow and the lymphatic. And you see my thumbs are starting to cross over each other too, because that's the direction that the tissues want to go. And there, it's starting to really expand. It's like imagining that the body is stretching on its own. And there you have the basic CoAT, the torque, the lift, feeling for chainmail, which isn't always everywhere, but once you feel it, you'll know it. It pulls me down. There we go. It moves very quickly. There we go, opening. And then the underlying plane is very similar, where it's too hard to pick everything up, but I'm going to a deeper level. And I just bring my other hand under just to create slack, so that there's room for me to pick up the surface tissue from here. And there we go. And that's the basic CoAT. It works very quickly, and you can see how soft the shoulders become. And this is just a few moments of doing this technique. And then when you want to go in and work with other modalities, you've already softened the body. You can see how easily you can get in there, and it's not going to be hurting your own hands.